हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, तो लास्ट क्लास हम लोगों ने बात की थी कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड्स, कोवेलेंट कंपाउंड्स, कोऑर्डिनेट बॉन्ड्स, उनकी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स के बारे में। उसके बाद हमने लुईस ऑक्टेट रूल देखा था। आज हम लोग बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट स्टार्ट करने जा रहे हैं, विच इज कॉल्ड वैलेंस बॉन्ड थ्योरी। वैलेंस बॉन्ड थ्योरी आपको एक्सप्लेन करती है कि किस तरह से कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड्स फॉर्म होते हैं। तो सबसे पहली बात अगर मैं इसके बारे में कहना चाहूं तो ये क्या कहती है, इट एक्सप्लेन्स फॉर्मेशन ऑफ कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड्स। कैसे दो मॉलिक्यूल्स के बीच में, दो एटम्स के बीच में कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड फॉर्म होता है, उसको कौन एक्सप्लेन करता है? आपके पास वैलेंस बॉन्ड थ्योरी। इस थ्योरी के कुछ मेन पॉइंट्स हैं जिन्हें हम पहले एक बार लिस्ट कर लेते हैं और उसके बाद इनको एक एक करके हम डिस्कस करते जाएंगे और हम इन्हें पढ़ते जाएंगे। तो फॉलोइंग आर सम मेन पॉइंट्स ऑफ दिस थ्योरी, यू कैन राइट। First point says a covalent bond is formed by the overlapping of atomic orbitals of bonding atoms। जब भी आपके पास एक कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड फॉर्म होता है, दैट कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड विल बी फॉर्म्ड बाय द ओवरलैपिंग ऑफ एटॉमिक ऑर्बिटल्स ऑफ टू बॉन्डिंग एटम्स। व्हाट इज ओवरलैपिंग? ओवरलैपिंग इज पेनिट्रेशन ऑफ वन एटॉमिक ऑर्बिटल इनटू अदर, दैट इज कॉल्ड ओवरलैपिंग। तो जब भी आपके पास एक कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड फॉर्म होना है तो देयर विल बी ओवरलैपिंग ऑफ एटॉमिक ऑर्बिटल्स बिटवीन द बॉन्डिंग एटम्स। सेकेंड पॉइंट, in order to show overlapping the bonding atoms must come close enough to each other such that their orbitals can overlap। अगर आपके पास एक कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड फॉर्म होना है तो एटम्स को इतना पास आना होगा कि उनके ऑर्बिटल्स क्या हो जाएं, एक दूसरे से ओवरलैप। फॉर एग्जांपल, सपोज आपके पास एक एटम है ए, ये एक उसका ऑर्बिटल है, एक एटम है बी, ये उसका ऑर्बिटल है। ठीक है, अभी कोई सुपरमैन स्पाइडरमैन तो है नहीं कि इसका लूप लंबा अपने आप होगा और इसके साथ ओवरलैप हो जाएगा। इन ऑर्बिटल्स को एक दूसरे के साथ ओवरलैप होने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? एक दूसरे को अप्रोच करना पड़ेगा, एक दूसरे के पास में आना पड़ेगा, तब जाके इनके बीच में क्या हो सकती है? ओवरलैपिंग। सो इन ऑर्डर टू ओवरलैप दोस टू बॉन्डिंग एटम्स मस्ट कम क्लोज टू ईच अदर। सो दिस वाज योर सेकंड पॉइंट। देन third point, when the atoms approach each other, two types of forces are acting. See, whenever two atoms will approach each other, there will be two types of forces acting. One is repulsive forces and the second one is attractive forces. Write it in this form, this tabular form. We'll make a table. Repulsive forces. There are some characteristics of these forces which you should remember. One is repulsive forces. Repulsive forces are short range forces. That means they can work up to very small distances. They can work up to 1 or 2 atoms. For example, if there are 3 atoms or like these atoms, then repulsion will act in between this and this or this. Repulsion will not act between this and this. Repulsive forces are short range forces, whereas attractive forces are long range forces. They work up to shorter distances, whereas attraction forces work up to longer distances. Repulsive forces increases the energy of system, whereas attractive forces decreases the energy. So attractive forces increases the energy, repulsive forces increases the energy, and attractive forces decreases the energy. So there are 2 main important points. Repulsive forces are short range forces, they will work up to shorter distances. Attractive forces are long range forces, they will work up to greater atomic distances. These increases the energy and this decreases the energy. Keep in mind, stability and energy are inversely proportional. Greater is the energy, lesser will be the stability, and lesser is the energy, greater will be the stability. So when two atoms are approaching each other, there will be 2 types of forces acting between them, and we can classify them as, see, this is, say, one atom A, its nucleus Na, and let's say it has an electron E. Similarly, this will be your atom B, its nucleus Nb, and its electron E. Now there will be 2 types of forces, attractive forces and repulsive forces. Attractive forces will be acting between Ea and Nb, and Eb and, this is nucleus positively charged, electron negatively charged, attraction force, positive, negative, attraction. So attraction forces will be acting between Nb and Ea and Na and Eb. That is nucleus of B and electron of A, and nucleus of A and electron of B. And repulsive forces will be between Ea and Eb and between Na and Nb. So the repulsive forces are acting between the 2 electrons of 2 atoms and the nuclei of the 2 atoms. So these 2 type of forces are working between them, attraction and repulsion. So greater is the repulsion, more will be the energy, lesser is the repulsion, lesser will be the energy, or more is the attraction, lesser will be energy. Now we will plot a graph between the internuclear distance and energy of system. This graph is very important. The graph is between energy and internuclear distance. Internuclear distance means distance between these 2 nuclei of these 2 atoms. Now see, when these atoms are very far from each other, this is atom A and this is atom B, there is no force acting between them. But if they have to form bond, they must approach each other. So they will start approaching each other. When they will come closer, like this, since they are at longer distances, so the forces acting between them will be attraction forces. So as the distance decreases, the attraction forces increases. तो जैसे जैसे आपके पास एटम ए और बी एक दूसरे के पास आना शुरू करते हैं, इनके बीच में अट्रैक्शन फोर्सेस क्या होते हैं, इंक्रीज होते हैं. एंड व्हेन अट्रैक्शन फोर्सेस इंक्रीजेस, तो एनर्जी ऑफ सिस्टम डिक्रीजेस. तो द नेचर ऑफ ग्राफ becomes like this. As the atoms are coming closer, द अट्रैक्शन फोर्स इज इंक्रीजिंग एंड द एनर्जी ऑफ सिस्टम इज डिक्रीजिंग। लेकिन जैसे ही आपके पास एटम्स बहुत ज्यादा क्लोज आना स्टार्ट होते हैं, डिस्टेंस और कम होती है, जैसे हम इस डायरेक्शन मूव करें, डिस्टेंस इज डिक्रीजिंग। सो एज डिस्टेंस डिक्रीजेस, repulsive forces start acting, because repulsive forces are short range forces. So when distance will decrease, repulsion will come into action. But at this time attraction force is more, because distance is not less. So attraction forces are dominating and repulsive forces are lesser in magnitude. So again the energy will go on decreasing until when repulsive forces are equal to attractive forces. There will be a point at which the energy will be minimum. The curve, nature of the curve will be like this. This will be the nature of curve. There will be a minima. At this point, attractive forces R is equals to repulsive forces, and the energy of the system is minimum at this point. After this point, if you decrease the distance, repulsive forces will increase. If repulsive forces will increase, then energy of system will increase. So if you continue decreasing the distance, energy will go on increasing and stability will decrease. So initially when the atoms were far away, no force. When they start coming closer, attraction force come into action. As distance decreases, attraction force increases, the energy is decreasing. But after a fixed distance, repulsive forces will come into action. But till that time, when attractions are equal to repulsion, energy will go on decreasing, because attractive forces will dominate. After this point, repulsive forces will start dominating and energy of system will increase. So this is the point. This is the equilibrium point where the system is maximum stable. At this point, the distance between atom A and atom B, this distance where the energy is minimum, this is called R0, is called the bond length. This is the maximum closest distance up to which the two atoms can close to each other. Maximum closest distance between these two bonding atoms. At this point, attractive forces will be equal to repulsive forces. If we try to compress them, we try to bring them more closer, then energy will increase and stability of system will decrease. That is, the bond will no longer exist, it will break. So this is the maximum possible distance up to which A and B can come closer, and this distance is called bond length. The minima of this graph represents your bond length. This is a very important graph between energy and internuclear distance. No question have been asked in IIT JEE from this graph, so it makes it important. It's a conceptual graph. I'll give a question on it. We'll do a question which is a tricky one. So this is your energy and this is your internuclear distance, attractive and repulsive forces. So this is how chemical bond forms between two molecules. To form a chemical bond, the atoms should approach each other and come close enough such that their atomic orbitals can overlap with each other. Now, I was talking about a question. See, I'll say I'm giving you a graph like this, and this graph follows an equation. UR is equals to you can say 9 upon R square minus 3R plus 2. This is the equation of this curve. There's a curve given to you for potential energy. You can write the question: the variation of potential energy, with internuclear distance between two atoms A and B, is UR is equals to 9 by R square minus 3R plus 2. Calculate the bond length. Calculate the bond length of AB bond formed between A and B. तो आपको इस बॉन्ड की बॉन्ड लेंथ पता करनी है. देखो बहुत सिंपल है. but if you can think, bond length corresponds to the minima of this curve, and at this minima the slope of curve is 0. At this bond length, curve is at its minimum, and at minimum point the slope of this curve will be equal to 0, and slope of any curve which is between y and x is dy by dx. Here the curve is between potential energy u and distance r, so it will be equal to du by dr, and at minimum point du by dr is equals to 0. So if I have to find the bond length, I have to differentiate this equation with respect to r and put it equal to 0. Then I can get the bond length. So it's simple. I will differentiate this equation. I will place du by dr. So d by dr of 9 by r square minus 3r plus, differentiate करते हैं 9 upon r square, differentiation will be minus 9 upon r cube minus 3, 0. This will be value of du by dr. So make a correction here, value will be negative, so we'll put plus 3r. So this, its differential will be 9 upon r cube, not 9, it's 18, because r raised to power minus 2, minus 2r minus 3. It will be minus 18 upon r cube plus 3. This should be equal to 0. That means 3 should be equal to 18 upon r cube. So r cube is equals to 6. So r will be equal to 6 raised to power 1 by 3 with units, like say this is angstrom. So this is how we can use this curve and we can frame a question over this curve. This is important, and this explains how a covalent bond is formed between two atoms. So this was the third point of valence bond theory, which explains the formation of covalent bond between two atoms. Is that clear? Now next next point.